Now, all this look like all of them are prophecies, 4 items. First, I will start with the prophecy about Kenya, then Kenya in the end times, then also we have Africa in the end times, then also scramble for Africa in the end times. And let me share them with us. Now, why do we share prophecies? Why does God command the ministry of a prophet? The ministry of a prophet is intended to warn us. And number 2, the ministry of a prophet is intended to prepare us. Ministry of a prophet is also intended to have us understand the times. And so the Bible where we are right now, we are in the end times. And so much that Kenya as a whole should be awake. I remember I shared prophecies about Ruto and the things that happened to Ruto today. So all the prophecies I've given concerning the republic, a lot of them have been fulfilled, and except plague number 10, that is actually waiting. Actually, it is already eating, and all of us know what plague number 10 means. Plague number 10 actually is a plague that sends Ruto home for G. That is that's real home. And so I remember in those prophecies one time, I said that there'll be revolt in the nation, and Central Kenya or Mount Kenya will revolt against Ruto. Those were 3 years ago. Around that time, Ruto and Gachagua were a darling pair. And I said that around that time that the same Mount Kenya region will detest Ruto. Around that time, Ruto was being praised. He was actually a household name in Central Kenya. And he was so much loud. I don't know what he was called, which name, Wakamau. So he was even given a name. Yeah? And everybody just like Ruto Milele. And as a prophet, I just laughed because God showed me how it shall end in Mount Kenya. That the name Ruto will be so detestable in the mouth of many people. It will be so detestable to the hearing of many people, so much that anybody that will call his child Ruto or something like that will be detested by people. Enterprises that will be called a hustler and all that will be hated. Now, today, look at it. Prophecies over the time have not been fulfilled. That mentioning the name Ruto spells disaster. Either you are stoned another day. A woman was just sent to death, dosed in acid, left to die, and she died. Now I look at all these things that are happening, and I remember, did not God tell us? Did not God tell us? It's just under 3 years it is now happening. Under 3 years. Places where Ruto was sung and praised. Today Ruto is being pelted with stones, pelted with shoes. Ruto being insulted. Ruto being disgraced. His ministers being disgraced. His supporters also are in fear. Yet around that time, this Mount Kenya was actually on the top praising Ruto. Things change. Fear the word of a prophet. Fear the word that God sends his prophet to speak. Around that time, Ruto was being idolized. Ruto was being so much idolized, it was like Herod, a god. Today, he's so detestable. And the entire Mount Kenya have revolted. No one wants to hear about Ruto in Mount Kenya. That prophecy has been there 3 years now. Look at what God has done. Has it not been confirmed? Isaiah chapter number 26, verses number 44. Isaiah 44, verse number 26. Bible says that God confirmeth the word of his servants, and he also seeth to the fulfillment of the word of his messenger. That should be Isaiah 44 and verses number 26. The Bible is like mine. Verses number 26. Bible says that confirmeth the word of his servant and performeth the counsel of his messengers. That saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited. So that part A has been confirmed. He sent me and I spoke the word. And the counsel I gave, he actually oversees it. And so today, God be glorified. So for Ruto, he should have taken this word that I preached from this altar serious. Politicians as well, and they should have taken this one serious. And that's why I tell us it will be very hard for Ruto to have any votes from that end. And number two, I tell us, Kenya may not have elections 2027. It might not be there. The road between now and 2027 is very disastrous. It will take a miracle if at all Kenya shall have 2027 elections. So between now and then, there's a lot of treachery, there'll be a lot of deaths, there'll be a lot of killings, there'll be a lot of tricks that shall be played against the electorate by the government. And all of us can see already things that are happening. ODM is not there. ODM is on a deathbed. It is dying, remaining an empty shell. And prophecies have been confirmed, because I told you the handshake between Raila Odinga and Ruto spells a bad omen. And today, ODM is in ICU and is dying slowly. That will tell you where opposition is. There's no opposition. Because I'd also told us Gachagua is not a choice for president. He can just rally a lot of hatred against Ruto. And that's because they too have personal beef. And the rest, I let Kenyans to decide on the rest. Then also today, look at Rift Valley. I remember I said in that prophecy that Rift Valley will be the last stroke. After Mount Kenya has revolted, Rift Valley will be waiting. And as we speak already, Rift Valley has begun a revolt against their own son. They'll send the last nail on his coffin. They'll send the last nail on his coffin. So today you see no one wants to hear much. So there are people who are getting fed up with Ruto himself. So in his own backyard, that's Rift Valley, there are persons, there is what is gathering. And this one was a prophecy that I shared also around that time, 3 years ago, that there'll reach a time that Rift Valley will revolt. There'll be an upspringing of the Kalenjin nation against their own Ruto. Now it is coming to pass. All of us see the signs around. They see signs around their quarters, their pockets in this Rift Valley that detest Ruto. And this one is actually a God stumbling block on the path of Ruto. And also, just some other time, in the recent past, I gave a warning, and I thought Murkomen and his security apparatus will actually take notice and take heed. And I remember I said that in the year 2026, there shall be events that will culminate into people demonstrating. Now those events are here with us. And any slight opportunity that actually presents itself, the masses will want to capitalize on it to vent what is in them. And so the issue about fuel and demonstration of fuel, well, there's actually fuel matters. But there are those ones who actually use the opportunity to vent their anger, bottled over the times. And you could see just within 2 days the nation was. Now, if that's just about fuel, what about elections? What about the elections between now, the preparations that actually, and what about the elections? It should be bad. So I told, and I remember rallying the NIS, and I rallied police. I rallied also DCI into taking cognizance that there shall be things that will happen, and the nation shall actually burn. You know what? Gen Zs are still there in the back. They're just in the back. There are goons that are in the back. There are thieves that are just in the back, waiting for any slight opportunity that can afford them to vent their anger and register their dissatisfaction with the presidency and also the ruling regime. And that one has happened, and it will happen. And between now and months that are coming, it will not be very good, it will be bad. It will be bad. And so I tell everybody, hold on to Jesus. Hold on to your God. You hold on to your God. Something about IEBC that I keep on repeating, and someday I will not even speak it again. As we speak right now, Kenya should know that IEBC may not be able to hold elections. Reason being, the kits they are using are faulty. The very kits that are using they're calling them biometrics, they are faulty. And they're in a race to procure more new ones. And these are not like, few things. They're like 40,000 kits. Then these 40,000 kits will need to be configured and be tested and be affirmed and confirmed that they are correct and they are worth using. You look at the mathematics I gave us last time. The mathematics are not in favor of IEBC. 2027 election should be held in August. Today we are 2 months to August. That will actually 2 months to 2026 August. So mathematically, if you go by those calendar, we have 14 months. 14 months, count 6 months, which actually are in this year. You still haven't secured the kits. You haven't procured the kits. 2026 will end before the kits are procured. IEBC has no money. Kenya is broke. Every money they get, they overspend. 78 billion are needed for IEBC to acquire new kits. 78 billion. I tell you, kura yako might not find usage. You may not vote. By the time IEBC procures the kits, then begins configuring each and every one of them, plus testing them and piloting them, which will need time, will actually be out of time. Parliament may just actually release money anytime, but where is that money? When also fuel, petrol, and all this mess about fuel will need mitigation, and they mitigate with which money? The money they've got. So apportioning 78 billion to IEBC is a tall order, and that one, notwithstanding, the element is actually time. And I tell us, yes, you may not vote. You may not vote. And the way Kenyans are fed up, they want Ruto out. They will not understand that one. If the voting is done using the old system or the black book, expect more rigging, more rigging. And all of us know that every system that, every system of, IEBC system will always favor the incumbent. And that's because the incumbent knows how to go about manipulating the kits. So I told us, and sometime there's a time the Kenyans will remember I told you about this one. Ruto comes back and he meets a nation that was burning. Whatever he is, Ruto should repent.